It's time to get real with Eddie, here to help you understand the changing real estate market and meet your real estate goals. Over 19 years in the business.
2018 Realtor of the Year of Three Rivers, past president of the Three Rivers Association of Realtors,
Director at the Illinois Association of Realtors and team lead of the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner. Here's Eddie Ruettiger.
Happy 2022. Welcome to Get Real with Eddie. Here in the studio, of course, is the A-Team. First, Nancy Vallee from the Ruettiger Group at Baird Warner. Nancy, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, Eddie.
And of course, Roberto from the Ruettiger Group. And we discussed this last year. I'm not even going to try to say the last name because I keep tripping up on it.
Villarruel. Villarruel.
Villarruel.
That's close enough, yeah.
Villarruel.
Yeah, that's good, yeah. That's good enough.
Because there's a V at the front of it, so I want to say V, not B, but it's B.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it in Spanish.
Villarruel.
Ruel.
See, and I'm German, so I can't roll the R's yet. I got to work on the rolling of the R.
Yeah, but I can.
You can
like
roll
the
R's?
best of them. No, because I know the German too, and it's all very throat.
Yes, it's very hard. It's a very hard language.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite language, Polish.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just think Polish is a very sexy language to me. That's all I can say. I have no idea why.
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like
I dated a girl 20 years ago. She spoke Polish. I don't know. I've always loved Polish, maybe because my grandmother was Polish, but my grandma didn't speak Polish. I don't know.
I say Spanish. I mean, I don't. Maybe I'm biased, but like the music is.
Oh, I love Spanish music. Absolutely.
I don't know, just the language. Like if you compare it to like German, no offense.
German's very. Oh
German,
no.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
ugly.
Jesus. Like
German
No
is a very, and
hard.
I speak German, and I'm German. German is a very guttural,
Yes.
back of the throat
Yeah.
language. It's not, doesn't roll really pretty.
It sounds like you're screaming a lot.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, and you see that in comedy sketches because, you know, anything to make anything funny, you go up and over the top.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what you see when they try to do something funny with it. Villarruel.
That's good. I'll give you a B.
I'm getting a B. Well, I'm
Yeah.
moving up in the world.
Yeah.
All right.
Ruel, almost.
That's yeah.
What'd you guys do for New Year's?
And the kids, everybody, because Christmas with it, my house is after Christmas. So everybody came over in their PJs. We hung out for the day. That's what we do for Christmas. It's awesome.
That was Christmas. What about New Year's?
That's
Same thing?
our Christmas.
Oh,
It's
that's
New
the
Year.
Christmas. Oh,
Our
okay.
Christmas is on New Year's.
Is on New Year's.
Oh.
So
Okay.
everybody just comes over in their PJs and we have Christmas.
Roberto
on
was
New
out partying, ringing in the New Year. I guarantee it.
No, not this year.
No? Kept it quiet?
No, not quiet, but the family.
Oh, okay.
Family.
You know, having like it's always with my family. You know, on the holidays. I really don't like going out to like party out. I feel like when it's like a holiday like Christmas or New Year's, it's like I feel like it has to be family related. You can't.
Yeah.
I feel weird. I feel weird going out. It has to be family.
I completely understand that.
You were
yeah.
quiet. I'm taking it.
Oh yeah, we always stay home for New Year's. I had my fill of New Year's parties when I was DJing and back in the day.
Yeah.
So going out and being in a bar setting and whatever, yeah, I could care less.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Way long time ago.
there's nothing at a New Year's party that I haven't seen or done myself or ran. So it's like, you know, unless I'm going to like Vegas, which I need to do because my one DJ I taught and trained, he's out in Las Vegas now DJing.
Okay.
And he's out there with our other friend that's from Chicago. They're DJing. They're doing stuff together. I need a weekend in Vegas to go out just because I'll go out and hang out with them. That to me would be a party beyond. So, but no, we had friends over, played some card games and just chilled. And,
Yeah.
you know,
exactly.
I love a good card. It doesn't matter what the card game is. If there's a set of cards in my hand, I'm happy. So
I'm with you now.
Even on Uno.
even Uno.
Uno. No, you're
Yeah.
getting
One of
fights.
these days, you know, because I love cards too. One of these days, we're going to have to play some cards.
We should.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get into some real estate and what is going on with the market. What is going to be going on with 2022? Because the most common question we're hearing is, what's going to happen in the market? And what I'm looking at, and I think what a lot of us are looking at, is the fact that we're not going to see this market take off in the second quarter. I think this market is going to take off early. All right. It is going to be taking off, I think, late January-ish, February-ish. And you're going to see stuff coming onto the market faster, sooner. We're going to have a busy first quarter, a busy winter market.
Yes, I'm already seeing it. I'm already seeing the buzz. I've already got buyers out looking. There's been no real break. Everybody's out there looking. And there's sellers that are ready to list. So, yep.
So Jessica Lutz, VP of Demographics and Behavioral Insight at NAR. Home sellers have historically moved when something in their life changed. A new baby, a marriage, a divorce, or a new job. The pandemic has impacted everyone, and for many, this became the impetus to sell and make a house trade. With that being said, and with the pandemic possibly waning, possibly coming to an end, wouldn't that be a life-changing event? If this pandemic is coming to an end, I think that's going to spur a huge amount of real estate activity.
Yeah, yes and no. I think part of it is, part of the activity is not that it's coming to an end, but people have, in the last couple of years, changed their lives, changed how things are done. There's a lot more people working from home. There's a lot, needs have changed, lives have changed. So I see that continuing.
She goes on, the pandemic likely spurred occupants to shorten their home stay as tenure in the home decreased to 8 years from 10 years. And we're going to talk about that more in a second. According to the report, this is the largest single year change in a home tenure since NAR started collecting the data. All right.
That's very interesting.
So what that means, that didn't make sense because I'm not the greatest of reader, because we all know I have horrible spelling. The average amount of time that people were living in a house was 10 years. It just dropped to 8 years. It dropped 2 years in 1 year.
Yeah.
That is a huge change. Historical average is 6. And we're going to get into that. But to see that change, because, 2020, the average between 2008 and 2021 was 9.2 years. Okay? So the exception to that was in 09 and 010. 09 was 7 years, 10 was 8 years, and then it was going 9, 10, back and forth. 18 was 9, then you had 10 and 10 and 19 and 20.
And you know what? I wonder if, looking back and kind of speculating on this, I have no data other than the precipitous of the Great Recession. People's home prices dropped, so they were quote unquote forced, if you will, to stay in their home that much longer. I think that's why you saw it basically double.
I don't think it was forced. I think it was a choice. I mean, some people might say, well, I was forced, I couldn't move. But it's really a choice.
Well, people were.
I bought my house for $250,000. It's now worth $200,000. I'm not going to sell my house for a loss. It's that simple. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to sell my house for a loss.
And that's what I meant by force.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't.
You don't want to lose.
You don't want to lose. It doesn't make financial sense. So you were staying in your home longer.
So for those that don't see the chart, I want to also add 1985 to 2008. The average was 6 years. 1985 was a 5-year average. In 1997, it jumped to 7 years. So every other year was 6. So to come down to 8 in 2021, that's a huge move in my thing.
Yeah, that's huge.
Do you think it's going to go down to 6? Because I see, from what I see in the chart, the average was like 6 for a long time.
I think we're going to get back to maybe not 6, but we're going to get back to a 7-year average.
7 year.
I'm thinking that 6-year average, just because the equity that people have now built up is going to allow them to make jumps.
Yeah, that's a valid point. And these rates are still low for the next year. You know, we talked about where we thought rates were going to be at the end of the year. they're still amazingly low.
Yeah.
And they're still going to be amazingly low, even if they hit 3.6, 3.7. You're still under 4.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Anything under 4, and plus all the equity that's been gained, not only last year in 21, but now this year in 2022, everybody's focused on gaining that equity. That's more money, that's more power to make those moves.
So George Rattui, I just want to say Rattui as much as possible, manager of economic research for Realtor.com. The pandemic has delayed plans for many Americans, and homeowners looking to move on the next stage of life are no exception. Recent survey data suggests the majority of prospective sellers are actively preparing to enter the market this winter.
Yeah, I see it.
So this says what I was saying, and that is the ending of the pandemic in most people's eyes. They've been holding this off. Now they're ready to make the move. Whether the pandemic is or isn't over with, I don't think it matters. I think what the fact is we're coming up on March very quickly. It's January now.
Yeah.
March is the second year of us dealing with this. That'll be 2 years. So like it or not, I guess this is what you would call the new normal. I mean, when you're living in a condition for 2 years, this is what it is.
Yeah. I think we're moving to a new normal. People are figuring out how they are going to choose to navigate through whatever comes.
Could. Yeah. Majority of sellers entertaining the market in the next year plan to list in the next 6 months, says Realtor.com. All right. 65% have just listed. 19% plan to list this winter. 93% are taking steps towards listing their home, including working with an agent. That's 28% have already started working with their agent. 36% have researched the value of their home and others in the neighborhood, as well as started making repairs and decluttering.
Yeah. You know, that spring cleaning thing is moving into post-holiday cleaning.
It really is. I mean, it's like you start taking down the tree, and then, well, we're taking down the tree. Let's clean this. Let's clean this. Let's clean that. Oh, well, let's do that. Well, we can't do that, because of the weather. Let's wait until the weather cleans up, and we'll get that on. So maybe you're not getting everything done, but you're getting stuff on the inside done, and you're starting your list for outside.
Cleaning out closets, pantry, whatever. People are kind of doing that.
Kids' toys. Anybody want some kids' toys? I'm just saying. Kids' toys? No.
You got baby toys?
I think
there is a little peanut on the way.
The baby toys are gone. I don't know how this happened. My son is a pack rat. He does not want to get rid of anything. He doesn't even want to get rid of a box for the toy that the toy came in. I don't know why. I don't know how. So, with that being said, he has gotten better, and we're working on that. So it's a phase.
Oh yeah.
So
well, and if you wrap it together and you give it as a gift to a baby, we want to share this with whoever baby.
And he's starting to give some stuff away that he knows he doesn't play with now. And I think this year was a bigger Christmas. I noticed right after Christmas, he started playing video games.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, yes, we're starting to move into different types, different styles of play and stuff like that. So, definitely something that you're going to see change. So, some of those bigger toys that take up all the space will be going away. So, listings rose for the second week in a row with our recent survey data, suggesting that a growing share of homeowners are potential sellers eager to find new homes. There is reason to believe this may be the start of a welcome trend, especially as we move into the colder months. So everything's going towards the fact we're going to see the sales going up and less properties going on. Meanwhile, mortgage rates seem to be holding around 310 for the last 2 months. I know we reported that we had one report from Money at 3.66 last week, finishing off the year, but that was just because I was right. Maybe. All right, maybe not. So, I mean, I'm still seeing 310, 3.1. I keep saying 310, but it's 3.1 as an interest rate roughly. You know, depending on your credit and your interest rate, now, you know, all those factors that go into figuring the interest rates. But prospectively, 08 was just over 4.5. 16 was over 4. 17 was just under 4. 19, we were just over 3.5. 2020, we were in the basement at like 2.75. You know, so 3.1 for 2021 is, I mean, we're still lower than the 4 years prior to 2020.
Yeah, we're still lower than the beginning of 2020.
That's a good point, because interest rates that this time in 2020,
yes,
were starting to creep up.
Yeah, they hadn't really gone down yet. I mean, we were excited at 3%. Everybody, 3%, unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the beginning of 2020 prior to the pandemic. So
now here's the important part, and this is something I want to stress, because this is the part where everybody thinks this is what's going to cause the market to collapse, and this is the end. This is going to be the end of all being, and this is not true. Home prices impact slightly by rising mortgage rates, and when we're looking at the data and the information that we have in front of us, all right, in 05, rates went up from 5.87 to 6.41. The housing rate, all right, the prices still rose between 05 and 06 by 1.1%. And then you had the Great Collapse that came afterwards. All right? But you did see rates go up what would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so 12. Between 12 and 14, rates went from 3.66 to 4.17. Prices still went up in those years. 7.3, 9.6 in 13, and 4.9% growth in 12. You did not see a drop in price because rates went.
Right. And that's what, 8, roughly, I'm doing it in my head really quick. So roughly for those 3 years, an average of 8%. It went up, even though you went up in an interest rate. So,
and better than that, you had 20% gain in those 3 years.
Yeah.
You got 7.3, 9.6, 4.9. That's better than a 20% gain in your house. So your house went up 20% in 3 years.
Yeah.
So there was in 16, there was 17 and 18, we had another interest rate rise. 3.65 to 4.54.
Yeah, so almost a percentage point. Almost.
Well, yep. Meanwhile, again, 5.4, 6.2, 4.7. That's a 15% raise in value in 3 years while rates are going up.
So not seeing a big collapse anywhere. Historically, it doesn't jive.
It doesn't. The only time you had the depreciation for it was in 06, and that's what caused them to bring the rates down. It was because of that.
Yeah.
Housing price appreciation is resistant to rising mortgage rates, primarily because most home sellers would rather withdraw from the market than sell at low prices. A phenomenon we refer to is downside sticky. Mark Fleming, chief economist from First American. I've never heard of downside sticky.
I haven't either.
But I just say that was the reason why during the Great Recession.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yeah. I'm not going to sell my house for that price. I'll just live here. I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I can wait it out.
So people stayed in their homes for 10 years instead of 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's why we were seeing 10-year, and now we're down to 8. Because why? Well, I can sell my house at this value now.
Yeah.
This is the value I want. It's not about, and they don't, okay, well, yeah, I have to pay more for a house, but the affordability factor we've talked about multiple times, it's still there.
Yeah.
So
Homes are still very affordable.
So the homes are not being impacted by that rate. Context matters for purchases demand. The economy is improving, and millennials continue to age into their primary home buying years in large numbers. So the context remains good for the housing market. Again, Mark Fleming, First American.
Yeah, and we have millennials that are now really hitting their stride as far as money making, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
they're in a position now they can purchase.
So we've done this before, but I just want to hit it really quick. We're going to give you the averages. Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, Mortgage Bankers Association, and the National Association of Realtors. Mortgage projections. First quarter, they're averaging out to 3.3. Second quarter, averaging out to 3.43. Third quarter, averaging out to 3.5. And fourth quarter, they're averaging out to 3.7. Anything jumping out for you guys in the chart, whether it's the average or one of the individual rates? To me, the Mortgage Bankers Association, they started off first quarter at 3.3.
Yeah.
And then they go to 4%.
That's what
So-
I was just going to say. Everybody else seems to be steady rise. 3.4, 3.5, 3.6. These guys are like, boom.
So they're the ones that are really giving you the biggest change. Because if you look at it, Freddie Mac's only a 0.3 change, 3.4 to 3.7 by the end of the year. Fannie Mae, 3.2 to 3.4. They're only a 0.2% change. NAR is 3.3 to 3.7. They're a 0.4% change. MBA is 0.7%.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Almost a 3/4 of a point.
Yeah, that's a lot.
All right. We're not doing any data market updates or anything today. We're waiting for final numbers and stuff. I wanted to keep going through these forecasts for 2022 and just get that out there to all you guys. So stick it here with Get Real with Eddie. We're going to talk about pricing forecasts when we get back after the break. Welcome back to Get Real with Eddie. Hey, if you have questions on the market and what is going on, give us a call at the Ruettiger Group. You can reach Nancy at
815-545-1162.
what's that lovely website?
And my website is valleedreamhomes.com.
And Roberto, what's the best number to reach you at?
815-995-5433.
And what's your lovely website?
Casaswithroberto.com.
Casaswithroberto.com.
I love it. I love that.
That's good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's really pretty cool when you see a real estate agent's website address because it gives you a little bit about their personality, I think. Because that's one thing you can go pick out there. So it's kind of cool. So, you know, you're looking to get a casa. Nancy's trying to find people's dream houses. Mine's your dwellings. So it's all about them and their house, basically. You know, so, but I mean, it's all kind of the same theme, trying to help other individuals. It's one of the reasons why we excelled so well last year, and we're going to just blow the doors off of this year. Home prices, speaking of blowing some doors off. Here we go. I got to move my little cursor. There we go. All right. Fannie Mae is looking at 7.4% increase. Freddie Mac is looking at a 7% increase. MBA, 5.2%. Heaps is at 5.1. I think we gave some of these
Had to do
numbers
that.
last night. Yeah, I got to say heaps. HPES. I got to figure out what that abbreviation is. So somebody got Google?
Yeah.
HPES. See if we can find out what heaps is, because I don't remember it. Zellman is at 3%, and NAR, of course, is coming in at 2.8. So, so when you're looking at these projections, they also looked at the number of units sold, and we talked about this last week. MBA is looking at the most. They're looking at 7.5 million units sold for this year, where Fannie Mae's at the low end at 6.6, and Freddie Mac and the National Association of Realtors are both at 6.8 million units sold. So I had 7. You got Nancy was at 6, and Roberto I think was at 6.5, splitting the difference.
No, I think I was 6.5, and
were you
were
6?
6?
I
I don't remember.
Six.
I gotta pull it out.
Yeah. All right. So that just giving, and that's more of just a national volume. I don't know if that really makes it. I guess it does make a difference, because if there's more people buying or selling, the big thing is 2020 was 6.5 million. All right. Nancy's got heaps.
I've got it. So HEAPS is the Home Price Expectation Survey.
Who does that survey? Does it say?
Doesn't say.
All right. So, but that's the heaps. Just gotta keep saying
It's a
heaps.
big one.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
So, so months of inventory. This is the big thing that I don't understand why people think the market's going to collapse. When we're looking at inventory well into sellers' market range. We're looking at inventory under 3 months.
Yeah.
You're pretty deep in.
And I still think neutral markets actually move down. So they got neutral market or normalized market between 6 and 7 months. I think that's more 5 to 6 months now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I-
Yeah, 6 to 7 months.
I think
that's-
people are going to be panicking. There's going to be some craziness going on. I think because of, and the reason I say that is technology's changed since we've ever been back in a normalized market. We haven't been in a normalized market since prior to 1999.
Yeah, before 2000.
I mean, well, here's a good aspect. If you look at the market months of inventory from 99 to about 05, it was 4 to 5 months. I think it's really 4 to 5 months is the new market normal. And you look after it, we were cruising along here, spiking. All right, there was a couple dips, but until we went under 4 months, that's when the market went crazy. It really is, in my opinion, the new market normal is 4 to 5.5 months.
Yeah,
That's really the neutral market.
I have to agree on that.
But keep in mind, since you tighten, move that number down, that means when you dip under that 4 number, that's when you start getting the craziness that we've gotten. And you're going to get more severity, where in the past, okay, well, it's just multiple offers. No, now it's really, really multiple offers. There's a lot going on.
Instead of 3 or 4, 3 offers, now it's 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, potential growth and household wealth over the next 5 years based solely on the increase of equity if you purchased a house for $350,000 in January of 2021.
Yeah, this is crazy. These numbers are crazy.
So I bought a house in January of 2021. My house is now worth, from $350,000 2022 this year, now worth $391,090. Next year it's going to be worth $413,851. In 04, $430,157. 2025, $445,471. And in 2026, $461,285. If I bought a house for $350,000, in 5 years, my house has gone up $111,285,000.
In 5 years.
That's so insane.
That's a lot
Oh my
of money.
God.
Folks, where can you save over $100,000 or make over $100,000? What investment does that for you in 5 years? It is not too late to get on this bandwagon. There is still plenty of equity to be gained, even if you were to buy a house at $390 or $350 right now, or $250, or $150, or $50. There is still opportunity to be gaining equity in this market.
Yeah. Basically, they're saying equity is going to go up 30% in the next 5 years. It's really what it's saying.
So here's the key, folks, and this is what I do want to tell you guys. Right now, our buyer and sellers guides are out. These are the winter guides. All right, we do this guide for our buyers and sellers every quarter. We update this. This is the winter 2022 edition. You can reach out to any of us here, all right, or online, whatever you need to do, and we can get this out to you at no charge. There's no charge for this winter guide. Whether we have one specifically for buyers and specifically for sellers, because it's two different transactions and you're looking at two different situations. So these guides give you that base information. So this is a great time to take advantage of it and just reach out to any of us. Shoot us a text. We can mail it out to you. We can email it out to you. It does not matter.
More than happy to do it.
Honestly, it really is just...
Lots of great information.
Yeah, and lots of great information to have. So, the moment you feel most tired is the moment you must accelerate, because that's when everybody else is feeling tired and you can break through. And that's the thing. Now is the time to break through. Get your information, get your data, and get that. Who is that quote from? I want to give credit. Sir James Tyson. If you can break through that pain barrier, you can achieve great things. And let me tell you, as somebody that had to learn how to walk again last year, yes, you can achieve great things pushing through some pain. Oh, goodness. All right, market update, average time on market. Days on market, up to 15 days. Nevada, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska. They are the hot hand right now. All right? 15 to 30 days. Pretty much the rest of the entire country. I'm not seeing West Virginia as an exception. Hawaii and Alaska they to me look to be 15 to 30 days. West Virginia is 31 to 45.
Vermont's hot too. They're showing Vermont kind of hot.
Vermont is hot.
Yep.
Wyoming is actually the weakest at 46 to 60 days of market time. So that is just kind of crazy when you're looking at the market time of everything that's going on.
Yeah, average in the U.S. 18 days.
Existing home sales year over year by region. This is from NAR. Existing home sales are down 8.2%. So this is sales by units. That's what they're looking at. The number of units were down 8.2%. And keep in mind, this was the December numbers. We don't have the full-on numbers going in. Northeast, 15.4%. Midwest, which is where we are down 8.7%. I think this goes towards that inventory issue.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the buyers. We just don't have enough houses to sell.
Right.
All right? Because we did sell that many houses in 2020.
Yeah. I mean, that was the whole thing, was we were selling a lot of homes, but we still have more buyers than homes.
Yeah.
So we have more buyers or we have less houses, however you want to look at it.
South is at 5.5%, and the West is at 8.4%. Where am I at? Dun, 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 dun. There we go. All right, existing home sales in December are up. We are up. We're in October for existing home sales over 2019 levels. I mean, we sold more houses in October than we did. We don't have November. We don't have December numbers yet for existing home sales for 2021. But when you're looking at October, we didn't outsell 2020, but we outsold 2019. You know.
Well, if you go back and you think about it, the big tsunami, remember our big tsunami, because everything was shut down and slow. We shut down, we talked about that before. Then there was that pent-up demand, so once everybody figured out the PPE and all that stuff, then it was on. It was game on. So I think that's why you saw the delay.
Well, and
the rising
you look
numbers
at you
later
look
in
at
2020.
you look at the numbers and the new home sales numbers. You know, look at the dip in 2020 on April. So there's existing. You see that April dip that held through May. Okay. March was pretty good, but March was still, better than February, and better than January.
Yeah.
And we were going into the COVID aspect in 2020 on existing then. Then you look at the numbers for new home sales. Everything else was going strong, crazy, and everything there. So we're outselling. I think that you got to look at. We're outselling 2019. Since we're outselling 2019, that was the first last year without a normal. That was a normal year without COVID.
Yeah.
All right, keep it here. We're going to take a quick break. After the break, I want to have a quick conversation about pending transactions here on Get Real with Eddie. Welcome back to Get Real with Eddie. Hey, if you got questions, we have answers. Give us a call at the Ruettiger Group. You can reach me at 815-823-5478. You can always go online and check out getrealwitheddy.com for all your market information, market update. And at getrealwitheddy.com, you should be able to find the link to get that buyer's guide or seller's guide, whatever you are looking for there. So, all right, pending sales. So total home sales first. All right. This is the average. This is the rolling 1 year average in millions of units. We peaked in 2021 at 676 million units. This is from the Census Track and the National Association. All right. October, we were down to 585 million units sold.
Yeah.
So actually, no, this is in thousands. I'm sorry,
Thousands.
not millions. This is so this is broke down each month, is what it is, not the total thing. So it was 676,000 units, and we did 585,000 in October. So I was looking at that incorrectly.
We don't have November or December numbers.
No,
to compare.
no, not yet. Coming soon to a theater near you. All right, so pending home sales. This is the number I wanted to get to. All right. Year over year, we are down 1.4% in pending home sales. I think that's huge.
Yeah.
That tells you how busy the beginning how that fourth quarter was going, and that tells you where we're going to for this year. Northeast was down 10%. Midwest, here you go, Nancy. We are always the last one to react.
Yeah.
We are up in pending home sales 5.1%. South up 0.6%. West was down 6.2. We started getting some good inventory coming onto the market. Because remember we were talking in like late October, November?
Yeah.
That, okay, yeah, there's houses coming on the market. Yeah, the inventory numbers are going up. But the houses needed a lot of work.
Yes.
We're starting to see good quality inventory on the market.
Yeah, coming back on the market.
And it's making a big difference. So, West, did I say was down 6.2 in pending? All right. Percentage of distressed property. Here you go for all you naysayers. Percentage of distressed property sales. Distressed sale foreclosure represent less than 1% of the sales in October. Less than 1%. We had more in February of 2019.
So with that distress, would that mean just like a house that's not like you can't live at it, or what? Like
Distressed property would be a foreclosure,
Okay.
pre-foreclosure, behind on their mortgage,
All right.
maybe in forbearance, looking to do a short sale. That is when they talk about a distressed sale. They are in a financial distress. So, and they're probably selling either for a loss or no profit margin at all. The bank might be writing something off. So, existing home prices, region over region. We are up in the U.S. 13.1%. Again, this is going into October. 6.4% in the Northeast, 7.8% in the Midwest, 16.1% in the South, and 7.7% in the West. So we're up 7.8% in the Midwest. We're up way more than that. I think we're going to, year over date, we're going to finish 18% for our...
Well, locally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we'll look at Will County. We're going to look at Will County, Joliet, Plainfield. We'll have to look at doing one show just on everybody's numbers of where they were at.
Yeah.
So be an interesting aspect.
That would be an interesting comparison.
Yeah. And then also looking at, okay, what do we see as the pluses and the minuses in the community and why we think they're doing so well. So Romeoville's been crushing it, and I think Romeoville's going to come off some great numbers because they added that Amtrak stop just a few years ago, the Metro stop. I'm sorry, not Amtrak, but Metro. So that made them a very destinational area because you could get to the city very quick and easy.
Yeah, easy to get to the city.
Percentage of change in sales from last year by price range. So the $0 to $100,000. So this is looking at the price range and how they had to adjust. 0 to 100,000, they're down 24.2%. 100 to 250, also down 24.4%. And I'm thinking these are national numbers, and keep in mind the national median sales price, I think we were sitting around $350.
Yeah.
So these would be houses that are probably below market value in most markets, probably homes that are not in moving condition. So this is where you're seeing that adjustment in the price. All right. Or no, this is change in sales. So the number of units sold is actually what it is. We're not talking price. We're talking units sold. So that's just lack of inventory. There was no inventory in those price ranges.
Well, and if you think about it, if the median price is $350, there probably isn't much at
Below
at
the
$250.
average, yeah. Because those are your steals and your deals.
Yeah.
I mean, even 250,000 to 500,000, we're down 2.1% in unit sales. It's your higher end houses that are up in unit sales. 500 to 750 up 17.7%. 750,000 to a million up 25.4%. A million plus up 30.6%.
Nationally,
yes. So, I mean, just great data and great information overall today. I know this is one of those hard shows. If you're listening, it's like, oh, there's so many numbers coming at you. We can get this all to you to read. Reach out to any of us, all right? And we can get you either the buyer's guide or a seller's guides. They are available at this time, and we'd love to get them in your hands. Nancy, the best number to reach you at?
Best number 815-545-1162.
Roberto, where can they reach you at?
815-995-5433.
Or you can reach me at 815-823-5478. All right. Any other predictions? Anything else you guys thinking going into this real estate market for 2022?
I think it's going to be another phenomenal real estate year.
Yeah, I do too.
I do too. And I think the biggest thing that I'm hoping, and the reason we brought all this data and these numbers, is the market is not looking to crash.
Yeah, nowhere in any of this data does it lend any credence to that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing that we need to keep in mind, is that the market is moving forward. The market is not looking to crash in any shape or form. And it's going to be an extraordinary year. If you are looking to move, move. If you're not, great. You're building equity. If you're renting, move. Buy a house.
Yes.
But right now, affordability is outstanding. Right now is a perfect time to call us up and get set up for next year. Or not even next year, for
now.
For now.
This year.
Because prices are going to continue to rise and interest rates are going to continue to rise. And those are two of the three affecting components on affordability. The last part is the wages, and that's going to be an individual basis.
Yes.
I'm seeing a lot of job hopping they're starting.
Oh, there's been a lot of job hopping. The end of last year was huge for job hopping,
Yep.
and it's going to continue.
Where people are getting that I can go over to this company and make $4 or $5 more an hour doing the same job.
Or even they have better bennies. People are out shopping.
Yeah. Bennies. Nice.
Bennies.
Benefits. All right, well, that wraps it up for our first show of 2022. It was a great year last year, and I want to thank you guys for everything that you did to make the team excel. You guys did an awesome job, so thank you. And don't forget, tune in to the website at any time for updated information. We are looking to get these shows up there on a regular basis and coming soon to a theater near you. So check out getrealwitheddie.com anytime. And enjoy your first week of 2022.
Thanks for listening to Get Real with Eddie. Eddie Ruettiger is a realtor at Baird Warner in Plainfield, license number 475141896. Managing broker Steve Engel. For more information on your neighborhood, call Eddie at 815-823-5478 or visit yourdwellings.com.